KIMT News 3, coverage you can count on. This is KIMT News 3 at 6.
MedCity leaders are looking to improve Rochester's public transit systems. I'm KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon live with how residents are feeling about the city's bus service.
Plus, Rochester's Southeast Service Cooperative introduces a new mental health device to be used in schools. How the technology analyzes kids' behavior to get them help fast.
And I'm already tracking our next chance of snow as we head into tomorrow. A look at how much snowfall we can see is coming up.
Thank you for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 6. I'm Tyler Utska. First tonight, the city of Rochester is looking into ways to improve its public transit services. KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon joins us live with an update on how the city's bus service is faring. Anthony.
That's right on with the pun, Tyler. That's right. The city is in the process of developing an updated 5-year transit plan. And over the past few months, it's been evaluating how well existing bus systems are working. Data collected from hundreds of survey responses and conversations with community members show fixed bus route service is generally doing a good job of providing access to convenient, easy-to-use transit service for a high proportion of Rochester residents, according to RPT. Fixed route bus riders express the most interest in seeing higher frequency bus service. Meanwhile, riders of the ZIPS paratransit service are wanting to see improvements to on-time pickup, longer hours of operation, and travel time to their destination. The city is working to develop system improvement recommendations based on this input, but with most of it coming from people who are already RPT riders, Councilmember Nick Campion says he'd like the transit plan to incorporate the views of other MedCity residents.
I'm disappointed to see that we only heard from 30% of people that have not used the platform, because I already think that we do not have enough people on the platform. So this should be extremely concerning to us in my mind.
And once system improvements are proposed by city staff, community members will have a chance to offer feedback before they're reviewed by the Rochester City Council. Tyler?
All right, thank you, Anthony. Now tonight, the Rochester City Council will review Mayo Clinic's 5-year development plan. We'll have a wrap-up of all the biggest decisions made at City Hall later tonight at 10. Now let's get you a live look over Rochester tonight. Today we had vastly different weather compared to what we saw yesterday, but guess what? KIMT Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White has more snow on the way for us for tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah, we certainly got a bit of snow coming in for tomorrow. It's going to be another light snow, but we could see at least some accumulation. So get ready for it. But I will say, Tyler, we are tracking some snow melting weather going into the weekend. So there are some things to look forward to after tomorrow. So today, though, pretty chilly day. We had some sunshine, clouds are rolling in now, and temperatures are still on the cold side. Most of us are stuck in the single digits, and we are going to stay that way as we go through this evening. 4 degrees right now in Mason City, north wind at 12 miles per hour. Evening forecast showing us dropping down to about 4 degrees, a cloudy sky, and we'll keep that going into tomorrow morning. But notice as we go through the day, we actually get snow showers developing around noontime. Snow continues in the afternoon, and we could be talking about some decent accumulation across the area. I'll let you know how much snowfall to expect in your area coming up here in about 10 minutes.
Thank you, Aaron. The Southeast Service Cooperative met with local school officials in Rochester today for a demonstration on a new mental health device. So the devices give free mental health screenings to kids in schools. The company that makes them is called Allthing. Students will be given a questionnaire on the tablet device, which takes about 9 to 11 minutes to complete. If kids have more at-risk behavior like mental health issues or vaping, then a family can then be directly connected with the medical provider for more assistance. The manager of educational services for Southeast Service Cooperative says the system has already been used in other area schools.
Austin Public Schools tried this did this a few years ago, and they had great response from the students. They had 100% participation. They had, I believe, 97% kind of honesty came from the students. They acknowledged that they answered honestly.
The company says the Allthing mental health devices will connect directly with a medical provider so mental health services can be delivered more efficiently. Is there a possibility of reaching herd immunity because of the Omicron variant of COVID-19? Well, experts say it's not likely the highly transmissible Omicron variant, or any variant for that matter, will lead to full herd immunity. Herd immunity applies when enough of a population is immune to a virus, so it becomes difficult for the germ to spread to those not protected or by the vaccine or had prior infection. Dr. Avinash Virk with Mayo Clinic says in the case of COVID-19, the virus doesn't provide long-lasting 100% protection after you're infected or vaccinated.
So we know that these viruses don't give us long-lasting 100% protection. That's why, similar to the colds, we have other viruses that give us colds, the rhinoviruses, including coronaviruses, the older ones that we've had before. We can have colds again in the next winter, right?
So instead, it's expected COVID-19 will mimic the flu in terms of seasonal outbreaks, but hopefully we won't see huge deadly surges. Now, the number of patients being treated for the virus in Minnesota ICUs fell below 100, which is the first time since last summer. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting over 4,000 new cases and 26 more deaths. The state's rolling average COVID-19 positivity rate now sits at 7.5%. That's slightly above the caution line at 5%. 74.3% of Minnesotans 5 and older have gotten at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. And the Iowa Department of Public Health released some concerning data that shows over 9,000 people have died because of the virus at the beginning of the pandemic. So the state's public health department is reporting 9,085 total deaths. That's up by 137 from last Wednesday. It's also reporting over 4,000 new positive COVID-19 cases in the last 7 days. Over 7,000 cases were reported last week, and 61% of Iowans have completed their vaccine series. A man accused of having over 100,000 computer images of child porn is taking a plea deal. James Rambo pleaded guilty yesterday to 7 counts of possession of pornographic work of a minor under 13. 4 additional counts will likely be dismissed when he's sentenced in May in Freeborn County District Court. Rambo was arrested in October of last year, and he was charged with 11 child porn felonies. A man accused of burglarizing a Mason City restaurant is pleading not guilty. That's Daniel Risch Jr. from Clear Lake, who's scheduled to stand trial starting May 3rd for third-degree burglary and interference with official acts. So Mason City police say he illegally entered the Mexican restaurant Pastime Gardens in October of last year. Investigators say he entered through a window when the restaurant was closed, and he was arrested while getting out the same way. Court documents say he had a blue bank bag with $315 in it. Women's wrestling is coming to North Iowa Area Community College. Why head coach Basil Minto says this is a good opportunity for the sport to grow. Plus, Minnesota State Senator Carla Nelson says she's seeking re-election, what she plans to focus on if elected for another term.
KIMT News 3 at 6. Your local news with KIMT News 3's Tyler Yutzka. Tracking storms with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. This is KIMT News 3. More local news that is happening right now. We are coverage you can count on.